This is breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.
Good afternoon, I'm Jen Ah, coming to you live from the Review-Journal studio. Las Vegas Metro Police say they'll be providing a significant update in the homicide investigation of John Little Zion Doe, whose body was found near the Mountain Springs trailhead on May 28th. Police say a group of hikers found the body off of State Route 160 between Las Vegas and Pahrump. Now, here's what we know so far. Police say the boy was between the ages of 8 and 10, had black hair and brown eyes. He was described as 4 feet, 11 inches tall, and weighed 123 pounds. During the last update, officials provided us with an updated, digitally enhanced rendering of what the boy most likely looked like, created by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, meant to accurately capture the gap in between the boy's teeth and his weight. The FBI also offered a reward of up to $10,000 for any information leading to the identity of this young boy. Now, Metro Homicide Lieutenant Ray Spencer says police have been combing through hundreds of tips. Here is a live look at the press conference. Let's take a listen.
The homicide investigation that we have been conducting for the last 10 days that occurred a week ago Friday in Mountain Springs. Over the last 10 days, we have put in a tremendous amount of resources and effort in an attempt to identify the victim of the homicide that occurred. I specifically want to thank a few agencies that has made this press conference possible this afternoon. First off, I'd like to thank the Clark County Coroner's Office. They have been a tremendous partner, and they have also worked tirelessly the last week and a half on this case. In addition, I want to thank the San Jose Police Department for the work that they have done to assist us in identifying the victim. And lastly, the work from the forensics lab who worked and came in over the weekend to make an identification possible. So I will walk you through some of the details that occurred starting Friday night. So again, all last week we had detectives working through hundreds of leads in an effort to identify the victim. Friday evening at around 8 p.m., I received a phone call from a sergeant with the San Jose Police Department who stated that they believed they had a potential victim of a missing person who they believed may have been our victim. At that point, they sent photographs to me. After looking at those photographs, we believed that there was a very good possibility that the missing person case that they were working in San Jose was related to our homicide investigation. The following morning, Saturday morning, we did a lot of workup in investigative techniques in an effort to positively identify and link the two cases. That morning, I sent a detective to San Jose, California. They flew there. They retrieved a clothing and a pillow that belonged to the missing 7-year-old child in San Jose. That detective flew back to Las Vegas a couple hours later, and yesterday morning, a scientist came into the forensic lab and began working on processing DNA evidence to confirm that the victim was in fact the 7-year-old child. Late last night, we positively identified the victim as 7-year-old Liam Husted, L-I-A-M, Husted, H-U-S-T-E-D. He is a 7-year-old child who lives in San Jose, California. What we have learned is that he is last seen in the San Jose area on May 24th. So what occurred was a family friend of the mother, who is 35-year-old Samantha Marino Rodriguez. The family friend stated that she had not seen Samantha or Liam in over 2 weeks. She also knew that there was a missing, or that the two of them were missing. She saw news coverage from our case here in Las Vegas and saw the composite sketch that was pushed out to the media. After seeing that, she believed that the sketch resembled Liam. She then went to the San Jose Police Department on Friday, prompting the chain of events that I outlined. So what we have learned from the two of them, Samantha and Liam, left San Jose, California, driving a 2007 dark blue Dodge Caliber. They left San Jose on the 24th of May. We can place them in the area of Laguna Beach on the afternoon of the 26th of May. Later that afternoon, we know the vehicle was in the area of Victorville, California, late in the afternoon on the 26th of May. Liam was discovered early in the morning on the 28th of May. Shortly thereafter, on the 29th of May, we know that the vehicle was traveling on I-70 near Grand Junction, Colorado. The last contact that anyone has seen of Samantha is at a Denver area hotel room on the 31st of May when she checked in by herself to a hotel room in the Denver area. At this point, there is about an hour ago, we obtained an arrest warrant, nationwide extradition for open murder for Samantha Marino Rodriguez. I urge anyone, we still need assistance, anyone who may have recognized her and Liam in the Las Vegas Valley on the 27th or 28th of May, driving, again, the dark blue Dodge Caliber. We understand that the vehicle was packed full of belongings. And when I say packed, I believe that the back seat and cargo compartment of the car had no room for anyone to sit, and it was packed completely. We are asking anyone who works at a hotel or a motel in the Las Vegas Valley to please check their hotel register for the days of the 27th and 28th to see if Samantha checked into a hotel here in the Las Vegas Valley. You can also, if you have that information, you can reach out to Crime Stoppers, or you can call the homicide tip line at 702-828-3521. So again, there's a lot of moving parts to this investigation. It is still extremely active and ongoing. The FBI local office here and their national field offices are assisting us at this point in attempting to apprehend Samantha. With that, I will take a couple questions.
What do you know about Moreno Rodriguez? What have you learned?
Again, she's a 35-year-old woman who lives in the San Jose area, and again, she is the mother of 7-year-old Liam. We know, again, she left on the 24th, and that's what prompted this investigation. In the back?
Was there ever a sign of, did they talk about a relationship or a history of abuse or anything between Samantha and Liam?
There's nothing at this point that would indicate there's any prior abuse that we're aware of. Again, it's still a lot of moving parts and still very active, but nothing that has been brought to our attention at this point.
Do we know anything about why they left San Jose?
We don't know the specifics. We're still trying to find out. We're still interviewing family and friends, trying to piece all that together.
Any possible motive?
We don't know a possible motive. That's why we're still reaching out. We're still asking for the public's assistance or anybody who knows her to reach out to us, or anyone who's had any communication specifically to reach out to the police department.
Just on the phone.
Yes.
Did you have to break the news to this child's parents that this was his body? And can you kind of talk about that?
The Clark County coroner specifically made the death notification. I spoke with the father about 60 minutes ago before I came out here because I didn't want him to see this press conference without me explaining what was about to transpire. I will tell you it's a heartbreaking conversation to have. This has been an emotional last 10 days for myself, all the investigators that have been working on it, and we're just glad we're able to get some closure for Liam and then hold the person responsible for this crime accountable. So that's what our focus is right now. Yes?
Any connection to Las Vegas with the two that you know of?
We don't know. I mean, we do know that Samantha has visited Las Vegas in the past. There's been photographs that we have recovered that does show that she's been here previously. But as far as why she was in the Las Vegas Valley that day, we don't know. Yes?
Can I suspect that she's traveling alone, or she might have somebody with her?
At this point, we believe, from the information that we have obtained at this point, we believe she is traveling alone. And she was last seen alone in the Denver area on the 31st.
Do you know anything about the relationship between her and the boy's father?
I'm not going to get into the specifics of that. that portion of it. I don't know enough about the family dynamics.
So Liam wasn't officially declared a missing person until Friday, right? Were there any indications that they were trying to get a hold of him in the days prior?
So the father had made a report on the 1st, but the father did not feel that his son was in harm's way. When the mother left with the child, he did contact the police because he had not heard from her or his son. Again, not trying to get the mother into trouble. He didn't want to file any type of charges or anything, but he did contact the police on the 1st. And just to be clear, he is not a suspect and there's no involvement whatsoever that we suspect on his behalf.